I want to talk about opportunities in AI. What are some untapped opportunities right now that people can go and build businesses in?
Let's maybe this will be a good time to talk about what is AI, right?
Sure.
And what should we include in AI and what should we not include?
Yeah.
Because uh, sorting a spreadsheet is also, somebody can call it AI,
Sure. Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But so a, at least I tend to look at it in a very broad way, in the sense AI is artificial intelligence.
Mhm.
So it can apply wherever intelligence applies, right? And if you look at an enterprise or a business, intelligence applies means wherever people are doing anything, right? They might be selling or they might be doing operations, HR, finance, research, anything which is being done by humans where you're using your brain. And using the brain doesn't mean doing very brainy things, talking.
Yeah.
We are chatting, we are using our brain. You're listening, I'm listening, we are responding to each other. That requires, right? And a lot of work is of that nature. It's communicating things,
Yeah.
summarizing things, and then, of course, taking some actions and decisions and things like that. So, now that's a very broad canvas, right? But I would, I think the way to look at opportunities for AI is you look at some business domain, some enterprise, which as an entrepreneur or as a budding entrepreneur, which you understand, right? As a non-AI process right now, right? And then you try to observe it or reflect on it from the perspective of who are the people, what are people doing in it? There might be some machines involved or some non-people things involved, but then what are people doing? And including simple things that somebody picks it up from here and leaves it over there. Somebody picks up the phone and talks. Somebody writes something or something types something, and maybe multiple of these things. And this is how that work is happening, right? Then you ask yourself, why can it not happen through AI, or what part of it can happen through AI right now and going forward, right? Uh, from the way I defined AI, this see, you should really not accept no for, like, if I get an answer no that this cannot be done using AI, right? I'll be skeptical. So I would encourage then as a next step to do a little bit of research. You may not have to build the technology. Somebody might have built it, some startup somewhere, to do that piece. You may have to combine maybe 10 different AI technologies to crack that workflow, right? And still, you don't have to automate it fully. Like, human in the loop could be there to begin with, more and more, and then less and less, right? But that's how one should look at it. Now, that said, basically, the way I've answered your question is you can disrupt everything, right? See, some of the specific things that have happened and are happening, let's take two examples. One is content, right? Marketing, content creation, these kind of things, and especially in the digital world, e-commerce type of world, because it is more amenable to AI, right? That is already happening. Another example which is very different. So this example was what I would say is not very structured. Your conversations are not very structured. Marketing, and there is aesthetics, and these are subjectivities involved. You do your A/B testing, and there are numbers and things like that, but it is still very unstructured. So the other example can be coding, right? That's a very structured thing, and that is also getting disrupted. So you can. These are two things which have already happened, right? Like, you do. I know companies have targets like to do what will their manpower look like in X amount of years. They want to scale up 5 times with manpower going down 5 times, right? So 25x sort of a thing in these type of functions, what I mentioned. And similar sort of metric, by the way, for coding.
Yeah.
right? These many coders. Uh, so these are things which are already happening, but far from saturated. So more of you could look at these. But then beyond that, I would say find your own. We are looking at clinical trials,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
medical imaging. That's also getting disrupted. So you any problem, any business workflow that you look at, sooner or later, it is there should be value to be created using AI, and different people are looking at all of these things, right? There are thousands of startups. Yeah, some of the areas which I mentioned are those which
They're getting
lot
disrupted
of people
faster.
have done it, but there's still opportunities there. So